In Planet Coaster Console Edition, there are multiple ways you can play the game. You can jump into career mode, where you have a fully voiced career progression system that allows you to play through different parks, but at the very start you'll be prompted to play the tutorial levels.
The tutorial is brand new for Planet Coaster Console. It guides you through building, running and maintaining your own coaster park. We have a whole new host of fully voiced characters. Basically everything you need if you're completely new to the franchise and you would like a bit more guidance on how to get going.
After you've completed the main tutorial, you can then move on to the coaster building tutorial. And what we do there is we sort of guide you through the building of a coaster from start to finish, showing you how the coasters work in terms of physics and also how they interact with the excitement, fear and nausea values, which will obviously then affect your guests' happiness and their experience within the park.
Career mode is where you take control over the management of a variety of new parks. You can challenge the player in a variety of different ways depending on how they find the park. So is it losing money? Was it a once great park that's been abandoned? And we support these different levels with a wide variety of objectives that players can complete as they go through career mode.
And there are full voiceovers in these levels now, so you'll get feedback every time you achieve a star or each time you load into a new level.
Sandbox Mode gives you the full creative freedom to build whatever park you want from the ground up. No limitations on money, no restrictions on management. Anything you want, you can build it in Sandbox Mode.
Challenge mode has a variety of settings that really change the simulation and change the way that you have to play the game. Whether it's starting with no research and having to unlock all the rides and shops as you go along, or it's having to deal with high levels of ride breakdown and other kind of challenges, it can make it a much more difficult experience.
With challenge mode, we've added a variety of different difficulty settings, so the player can choose what level of challenge they want.
There are a total of 4 difficulty modes in challenge mode, so if you're not quite sure how much of a challenge you're up to, you can start with the easiest ones and you can work your way up to the harder ones, and the restrictions get progressively more severe. If the park is failing to be self-sufficient, if you're maybe struggling to manage your finances, you can take out a loan to help you improve guest happiness, try and get your finances back on track. Planet Coaster Console has been designed with couch gaming in mind, so we've redesigned the interfaces and the UI so it's bigger, clearer to read, easier to see from your sofa. We've also added a lot of new forward-facing blueprints, so if you would like to start building in Sandbox Mode quicker, place down some ready-made blueprints, you can do that.
We've, completely revamped the UI system. We streamlined a lot of the options that were already available in the original game, so they are just more accessible right now. We have a whole new control scheme with the gamepad, and we also have a help menu now, which is a great resource for players who need help with a specific part of the game.
One of the things we've introduced is an always active panel on the side of the screen for various tools such as paths, terrain, and placing objects. So you can actually change settings on the fly while you are placing down things in your park. We've also got the radial menu which we've introduced, so that provides various shortcuts to different tools and settings. Again, that makes it much more quick and intuitive to build the parks.
We've still kept the piece-by-piece depth from the PC version, so you can still build everything piece by piece, item by item, place each individual flower pot. If that's what you'd like to do, you have options. You can play it whichever way you would like.
Another new feature that we've added is the grid building mode. What this really allows you to do is get fine control over how far apart you place objects. Say you want to equally space out windows on a building or place planters on the floor. It really gives you that kind of control over where things go in the world.
One feature I'm really happy we've been able to support on Planet Coaster Console is support for mouse and keyboard for players who have mouse and keyboards for their console.
We have brought all the achievements and trophies to console. If you're an achievement hunter, if you're a perfectionist, if you'd like to get 100%, you can still do that on console.
One of the things we're really excited to announce is that when you buy Planet Coaster Console on your current generation console, you will receive an upgrade for free to the next generation version. You can not only save your park and share it with the workshop on current gen, you can then go onto your next gen console and get that park from the workshop and load it straight back up where you left off.
I think with all of these different ways to play and different modes that players can engage with, it adds up to a fantastic whole package for Planet Coaster Console, and we're really, really excited to see people get their hands on the game.